I'm back, and I animated another webtoon called Eleceed. Woo! I mean, y'all saw the title card. This is by far one of my favorite webtoons. Good story, good characters, and good art. So if you don't know about this webtoon already, I'm gonna give you the ChatGPT summary of it because I tried looking at the webtoon summary of it and it was kind of awful, so I used ChatGPT for it because I can't give a good summary. So it's about the main character Jiwoo, a kind-hearted high school student with super speed powers who secretly uses them to help others. His life changes when he meets Kaden, a powerful awakener trapped in the body of a chubby cat, who begins training Jiwoo to unlock his true potential. Together, they navigate a hidden world of awakened people with supernatural abilities, full of academic rivals, power struggles, and dangerous enemies. As Jiwoo grows stronger, he also builds friendships and challenges along the way. Also, side note, I did not realize this webtoon has been turning into an anime. I had googled Eleceed for this animation challenge, and I saw the surprise! Super excited, as I didn't think this would be animated. I don't know why, but just in my mind I'm like, oh, this is never gonna get animated, but it is now, and I cannot wait for it to be released because you bet I'm watching this as soon as it comes out. Woo! Also, this is kind of spoilers for the webtoon, so if you haven't read it yet, it's free at Webtoon, so go read it. Okay, on to the section. So the chapter I decided to animate was a portion of episode 110, where Jiwoo and his friends fight the Klein brothers, or one of the brothers at least. I decided to animate this scene because this is one of the first times that Jiwoo was able to knock down an opponent with his max speed. Like, we see just how powerful he has become, and I feel like this is one of the more memorable scenes to me, just because of like how much I've seen Jiwoo grow as a character. So, yippee! This animation is a lot more bigger than the previous project I had done, like at least compared to my last one, where that one only had about 5 cuts while this one had 11. So I had a lot more on my plate, but honestly, I feel like I could push myself to do more shots. Like, for example, there was a shot where I could have done a close-up of Jiwoo's eyes on screen right before he does max speed, and I feel like I could have added that in, but oh well, I only thought of that now as I'm recording. So let me describe the episode. It starts with Jiwoo mentally getting ready to do his max speed, and Jisuk and Subin help to make it as effective as possible to beat the Klein brothers. I sadly had to take out a lot of the really good scenes just to squeeze it into roughly 11 cuts. Like, for example, Subin's part was completely cut out because of how much more shots it would have added. It was so disappointing because I really wanted to add it, but... And also, Jisuk's was also heavily chopped as well, but honestly, because of how much I cut it, you could easily cut it out. But to keep things short, things flowing, and to finish on time, this was the final result of that, so womp womp. Either way, I first started with the storyboards to keep everything consistent, and I also decided to do a very rough animation to get the timing as good as possible, since that's something I still struggle with as an animator and I would definitely like to improve on. The first shot is Jiwoo taking some breaths to pump himself up for max speed. This was a simple looping animation I did, and I heavily referenced the webtoon for this shot, so it came out pretty good. Next was the Klein brothers smirking as he realized that Jiwoo was cooking up something nasty. I have him doing a smirk, and I can safely say I cannot do the Klein brothers justice. Like, his face ooh. Every time I tried drawing him, he just looked wonky. I don't know how, the artist gave him so much aura, but man, mine does not do him justice. Also, I did not realize that he did not have eyebrows. I don't know. I thought he had eyebrows this whole time, but woe was me. I wonder if his other brother has eyebrows.
Nope.
After that is the next cut of him getting ready to create a fire vortex. Tornado? Whatever the fire thing is, to get him ready for Jiwoo's ultimate move. And I don't really draw buff people, so it looks a little wonky, but luckily I could hide it away from you guys by having special effects around him. But I was definitely struggling with that because I usually only draw low-key twinks, so yeah, definitely struggled, but it's fine. because you can't really see him that much, you know? I'm just thankful that the artist draws him in a way that you don't really have to see his muscles half the time, because like it's like a black silhouette from like the chest down, so much appreciated. Next is the cut where Jiwoo looks back as one of his besties, Jisuk, puts his wind powers on Jiwoo's legs to give him that extra boost of power. And it was a simple loop animation, nothing much to it. It was actually one of the easiest ones I could have done. And then it was Jiwoo's max speed. Now I feel like this is one of the shots I probably should have had a different iteration of, since I definitely pulled away from the source material, as Webtoon did this scene with like a top-down view, of course, because of how Webtoons are structured. And instead I tried copying that with a like diagonal way from like left to right. I'm not sure if I was successful. I feel like I didn't get the same feeling as it did on the Webtoon, but I'm still happy with the results that came out. After that is Jiwoo just speeding up to punch the Klein brother. After this, I kind of diverged completely from the Webtoon just because I kind of had to like shorten everything down, and this is kind of the result of that. And if I tried doing it normally, it felt choppy to me and like really weird, and so I took a lot of liberty to do it like my own way, which was Jiwoo from a side view with a 3-frame loop. And the next shot was taken from the Webtoon, which was him like reeling in for that punch with a bunch of lightning effects. I took a lot of inspo from like different animes, but mainly Saitama's fight with Genos. A lot of like, I don't know, like I watched that scene and I was like, okay, I want like the same vibe, and that was very loosely based off. And finally we have the scene where Jiwoo's punch connects with the Klein brother. Not much to say other than making sure that everything was nice and smooth. I had a lot of fun making the lightning portion, since it kind of just, you can do whatever the heck you want and it still looks good. I think it's like a technique, I don't know, but I see a lot of anime doing it, and I thought it would be a lot of fun drawing it, which is true because I had a lot of fun and a lot of like creative liberties to do it. I don't know, it's just fun. And then, okay, so after doing all the roughs for that, I went straight to line art. So I say line art loosely because to finish this in a few weeks, I decided early on that I would just do a very cleanup to pass as line art. It's definitely not industry standard, but it gets the job done. And honestly, I think moving forward, this would be the strategy for these animations, because it's easier. Sorry, y'all. Animation's hard. And for the animation, that's it. For lighting, I just made sure we could see the Klein's like fire light, like lighting in almost every shot once he unleashes his power, just to give like in the real world type of thing. And then the backgrounds. Oh boy. Yeah, I definitely have that. I hate drawing city backgrounds. There's just no way around that. Maybe if I was more skilled in Blender, I could have done some city background for that, but I don't know. My Blender skills are baby, so I did not have the confidence to do it. I maybe should have done that just because of how bad my city backgrounds were for this. Yeah, sorry about that. For my next video, I will be sure to focus on backgrounds, hopefully, if the time crunch doesn't kill me. But yeah. Then we got, some audio sound effects, and then boom, you're done. Overall, I had a really fun experience with this. Despite all the struggles I had, I am still really happy with the end result. So subscribe if you want to see more, and comment on what you want me to animate next. I have ideas, but I'm curious what you guys want to see come to life with animation. Okay, good night.